Hello, YouTube. All right, this is the second video, the one of two series of my 2-month post-op. It is the evening time here, so I'm in my night attire, hair tied up and everything. But I wanted to get this video out now as opposed to waiting till the weekend, because I just know the weekend is going to be consumed with doing something around the house, prepping it for going on the market soon. So get the time in while I can, right? Well, yeah, so today's the 16th of November. I had my 2-month post-op follow-up with my doctor almost 2 weeks ago. Actually, yeah, it is 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks to today. And I weighed in at 269. And now, of course, that was 2 weeks ago, so maybe I'm closer to the 265 mark, don't know. Because this weekend I wasn't that fabulous with my eating. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, other than that, my weight loss was great. Even the nurse told me 2 months out and I'm already at the 25% mark of weight loss of what I need. So she's like, that's freaking fantastic. And luckily, knock on wood, I've not been one of those people to have any issues. So nothing like dry patch of skin, or not being able to hold down certain foods, or even get all my liquids in. Nothing like that. And I think that's mainly because with my liquids, I either do fruit infused water or do like the True Lemon packets, and just a flavor enhancer type of water. And the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I sip my water. So I go through my first canteen of water, which is 25 fluid ounces of water, sometimes a full liter, in the first hour and a half. And that is out the way. So in another 2-3 hours, then I'll eat something. And then from there, I'll just start sipping on my next batch of water, if you will. So I've found a solution that works for me in how to consume. The weekends, it doesn't quite work like that. It's during the week because I'm up early going to work. So, when I consume the water first thing in the morning, it does help. And what I notice what also it helps is the digestion portion, because literally every day, especially weekdays. On the weekend, there might be one day that alternates, but for the most part, during the weekday, I always have a bowel movement. And that has been, like I said, every morning. So first thing, I get my water in, and of course, by the time I get to work, I'm doing some walking, so I'm moving, getting things warmed up in there, and like I said, no issues whatsoever. Now, as far as dry patch of skin, I've heard a few people in my group mention that they had that like 2 weeks out, a month out, and who knows, it could happen. It could happen to me. Now, right now, it has not. And in fact, my skin has been very clear. There's sometimes, especially around menses, where when it does blotch up here and there, but it's in specific areas, and those specific areas are associated with menses coming on, and that's how I know that that's about to start. But other than that, there's not been anything out of the norm with the skin or anything. And muscles, fatigue, nothing like that. Now, I will say I have a little pain in my left hip, but I'm not associating it with anything with the surgery or post-op effects of the surgery, because of the fact that I'm driving almost an hour one way, more than an hour, about an hour, 20 minutes one way to work, and again, coming home. So I'm sitting quite a lot, and my desk job, if I'm intense on a project and I'm sitting, that's a lot of sitting throughout the day. It's like, okay, you have an 8-hour shift, and then you tack on 2.5, so 3 hours worth of more sitting in a car. And when I noticed that it was not with the surgery, dealing with the surgery, is because I did some, well, first of all, in college, I took a Tai Chi class, Qigong style Tai Chi, and I just went back to the memory banks and I did a few movements because we did the 64 movement. So I did a few movements for those. And lo and freaking behold, the hip was fantastic the next day. Now, 2 days later, it started up again, and more stretching I did, the better it got. So it's a direct correlation with, my driving and work and the sitting. So yeah, that I noticed. But outside of that, Tai Chi, definitely good too. I would definitely look that up. The 64 movement Tai Chi. There is a style that, like I said, we did in college. It's called Qigong style. You might find it as CHI or QI. Qigong, GONG, Qigong style, and it's wonderful. It really is. And you think, I'm moving so slow. How is this helping? You'd be surprised. They have a Qigong style and different movements for the morning to revitalize you and wake you up. And they have one for the evening to calm your body. And yeah, I would definitely do the class over again. But I totally digress, as always. So, yeah, that was the update with the weight. And yeah, so I said I'm 25% of my goal already. And I actually expect to hit a plateau in the next 20 pounds, maybe even 30 pounds. I'll be lucky if I get to 30 pounds and then the plateau. But I've noticed in the past with me and my body type, or my body personally, that around 250, it's at that point, it's like I almost have to go back to a liquid type diet and hit the gym like crazy to really get over that plateau. But, at least I know to expect it and what to do to combat it. So that's good. And what else? I'm so sorry. I didn't have any notes written down this time because this is supposed to be a quick video. And I'm only at 7 minutes now, so it actually might be. So that was the skin. The medicine is going well. I have 2 prescription meds that one is to prevent gallstones and the other one is to prevent ulcers. And the doctor wants us all on it. His gastric bypass, as well as his sleeve patients, if they have not had their oh good Lord, one of the organs removed. I completely forgot. It's gonna haunt me now. The little green organ that sits underneath the liver, the gallbladder. And if my 4-year-old was here, he'd be like, the gallbladder, mommy. Yes. So and that's what our doctor had told us. If you had not had that gallbladder removed, then yes, you're going to have to worry about getting the stones, the kidney stones. And so that's why he gave us a particular medicine to combat that. And he wanted us on it for 6 months. So I'm 2.5 months now on the med. So got a few more months. But other than that, I take the multivitamin, the vitamin D. I'm still on the B12 sublingual pill. I have not converted over to my my nasal inhaler yet. I'm going to wait till my pills run out and then, put that on. So I actually put on my Christmas list, just get me some calcium chews. Those things are freaking expensive, especially you got to do those for life. Like, yes, give me gifts of calcium chews, But it's $30. That'll last me 3 months. Yes, please. Or maybe $40. But yeah, so that would be a good Christmas gift, right? And the clothes, they've been fitting a whole lot better. So now I have more in my closet to choose from. Yay to that. The sagging skin, again, because I'm in my night attire, I don't want to do the whole full body thing right now. But I have noticed a bit of sagging skin only in 2 locations. And I suspected that this would occur. So the workout will now I'll have to target for these areas if that's even possible. But the bat wings have gotten worse, because hey, you come down and you come down quickly, not gradually. Your skin, the elasticity in the skin, it doesn't bounce back as quickly. And especially the older you are, the less elasticity you have. So, of course, the more water you consume, the better. And that's, to my knowledge, that's at any age. Now, of course, if you're 60 and you get the surgery done and you're, chugging back water constantly, that's not gonna, make your body bounce back like a 20-year-old and your elasticity comes up like that. But it does help. It does help some. And so I've been noticing it's been helping a little bit. But overall, I think when I'm said and done with this, I just might venture down that route of getting a brachioplasty and getting the arms tightened. So, what are you gonna do? It's part of the solution, if you will, the weight loss solution. And the other area is the upper thigh. So, sorry, my son came in to kiss goodnight. Good night. So yes, the last bit of rundown. So that was the weight in the skin. Yeah, like I said, the inner thigh, not the upper thigh, the inner thigh. I think that's been a major issue for a lot of females, and for the most part males too, because again, you think about this large, massive being, and don't get offended, whether it's 200 pounds, depending on your size. If you're 4 foot, 200 is, quite sizable, 300, 400 or higher. But you have the large, massive body, and then when the weight goes like that, you got saggy skin in a lot of places. So, again, just something to be prepared to see and to deal with, but to know that's in certain way it's a good thing, because it lets you know that, hey, the fat cells have shrunk in that area, whether rapidly, slowly, they've shrunk. And that's one thing, you don't get rid of fat cells. So I always hate it when they say, oh, I lost 150 pounds. No, your fat cells actually shrunk and the mass of the body. But again, that's scientific, sorry. But yeah, so again, just be prepared for it. It will happen in some areas. Some people are blessed more than others and don't have as much sagging skin. I've seen some pictures of some women, like, unbelievable, 150 pounds. Hot damn, or they're not telling the whole truth, like, oh, you had surgery afterwards. But either way, you know what? It's a big change no matter what. And for someone who's been in the 3s or 400 for the longest, and to get down to a size that one they've never seen before, or were so close that they couldn't reach it, it blows your mind. Like, I really want to now just go that little bit further, do a little cosmetic, if I can, and really take it over the edge and just top it up. Cherry on the cake. But yeah, so that's my one thing I want to say about the sagging skin. But breast size. Now, I don't know if guys, if this is for you, but for ladies, I've seen a lot of videos prior to me going through this surgery, and there were a few women, I'd say about 80% of the videos that I've watched, a lot of the women said, I've lost like half the size of my chest, and and now when I started, I was a 44. That's the circumference of your chest. And the cup size was a double D. Now I am a 40. I might be able to get into a 38. I don't know. It might be tight, but I'm comfortable in a 40 right now. So that's why I'm going to say a 40. and my cup size is a D. Now, last time when I had a lap band and I was at my goal weight down to 215, I was still a D. I was a 36 or 38 D, but I was a D. I didn't go down lower to a C cup or even a B cup. I stayed in the higher ends. And again, I presume is because of my genetics and, that makeup as well. But that didn't really reduce all that much, and I don't expect it to go lower here. And if it does go lower than a D, the lowest I think it will get would be a C cup. So yeah, my girls are still here. Now, of course, if I go to the gym and start puffing up, building the muscle, and of course, the muscle burns the fat, then yes, it might reduce a little bit more because it's your mammary glands have, and this is for men too, your mammary glands have a lot of fat in them. So, in that case, then yeah, they might reduce a little bit more. But so that was the arms, the inner thigh. Some of my shoes, I've actually been able to kill it with some of my shoes that I could not wear a few years back, but now I can. I love it. But again, it goes with the same with clothing as well. And eating wise, eating very well. And I paused the video because my son came in, so apologize if this is a reiteration. But eating very well. I did make a video of some of the foods that I have been cooking. I just need to go through the processing, the editing process of it, and then I'll go ahead and put that up. But I came across some fantastic finds and trying out some things. Excuse me. And things have been coming out very well indeed. So kudos to that. And I think that's pretty much it, because I kind of covered the TMI section throughout, because I talked about bowel movements. The urination at this point should not be an issue, especially 2 months out. You should be consuming enough water. And the telltale sign that you're not is one of many things, but 2 things you can immediately look at, and that's 1, the color of your urine, and 2, your stool. If it's compacted stool and it's dry, then you need some fluids. And there are other things like dry skin, and but like I said, the 2 things that 1, hey, we all have to go to the bathroom every now and then, for 1 or 2, so turn around, look, and notice. So yes, I think that is it for the second video for the update. And as always, questions, anything at all, let me know. And I hope this helps you guys. All right, have a good night.